It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Packers and the 49ers. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year. Wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide raises all ships, and if he can start this season off strong, his offense will benefit.
Not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week one, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week one, guys still have to practice, they still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team want to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game.
On first down, Scarborough throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Scarborough. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Scarborough. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 71 yards. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
A try here for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. And he returns this to the 22. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They work now on 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one caught by Kittle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35. A good pickup there, 22.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. And he's going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
2nd down and 4.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. McCaffrey running up the middle. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To throw on second down, Scarborough. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. Scarborough.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10.
drop to throw again. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. 2nd down and 8. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, it's Chambers, and he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop. But that winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Scarborough. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. The Dolphins trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we'll make the trek east to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And that one all tied. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Off play action, Scarborough. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Looking to throw. Scarborough. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got Mason complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down now, it's Chambers, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Working the and he coughed it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
68 yards receiving now for him in the game. Had a 1st down on that last catch as well.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. 32 yards.
And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. Jake Moody now for the point after.
It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right to the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a 3rd down throw and misses the target, incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would like to give their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up the touchdown their last time out. For the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they can't bring him down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be stopped right there at the 28. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Batted at the line, but he still brought it in. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. They'll set up to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for him. And pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Scarborough. He finds his man. Complete. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Shoves him away, and he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. It has to drive the coach crazy.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The play fake. Scarborough. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still could prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to get in there and drop him behind the line. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50. But that one falls incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will finally be shot out of bounds down at the 30-yard line.
Now that is the 2-minute drill, and it's very fast. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slam.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So the Packers down 24-21, a little under 50 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Scarborough. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the defense helping them out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
This is 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Scarborough. That'll be caught right side by Reed.
Here's 2nd down.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Throwing on 1st down, Scarborough. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Scarborough.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force incompletion there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
This one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down.
Up the middle they go. Chambers. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw him right there. But how about what we did see? Pursue, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Scarborough. And that is incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. But their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And we both know there's a lot that went into why they made him the first-round pick this year. Part of it was when they saw him in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
A 36-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for San Francisco, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's week 2 of the NFL. And coming up, it's the 49ers leader at quarterback. He was terrific a week ago. Well over 400 yards passing. It's the 49ers and the Patriots. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite. And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw here. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his 2nd start in the NFL.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is a man he was looking for. And now it's third down. Take a look at this Patriots defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both. So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to put this one away.
On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Patriots take over. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely like seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game.
16 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage for every carry he receives this week. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
2nd and 5. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yellow, check pink. Yellow, line, blue, check. Officer, green, commit red.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Throw left side, taken in by Renfro.
There he goes, left side.
Hunter Renfro racing to the end zone.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Still second down.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check. It was a punting situation.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's fielded at the 45. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start 1st and 10. And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The Niners 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown 49ers. From 8 yards out, and the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 2. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11, creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 2nd and 11. Sliding out of the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Spencer. The way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope they're going to come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pats at the line ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On third down, here's Hall. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Chris Olave, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Alec Pierce, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Brock Purdy. Our 2 teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at about the 28. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. 72 yards on the punt return.
And the 49ers are back within a score.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts,
That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
49ers 14. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. New England trying to get a place on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. McCaffrey on the counter. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll need a crafty play call here
14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their
touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey from 8 yards out. And the Niners have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You made me forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. New England's offense set to go.
They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this 3rd quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then in like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Paul again.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here.
Throw left side, taken in by Renfro.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
So what do you do if you've got a defense in cover 3 trying to keep everything in front of them? The answer seems obvious. Just work those routes in front of them. This is going to be a hitch route, but he's operating in plenty of space, and he makes the catch here for a first down.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
2 yards to go, second down.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up forward. He was out there waving his arms. When you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 6. Short throw, that's caught by Davis.
Big strides, look at him go. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
A throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Point after here coming up.
Watch one, check white, switch yellow, check pink.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On play action, they'll throw.
Crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now we give right side McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play.
We'll give a report when we return to Foxborough. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this.
So the Patriots now down 27-24, 2:10 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Spencer.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Back to throw. That's caught by Johnson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 28. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Spencer. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Now it's the Niners' turn, trailing by 4, 27 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
There's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration, but now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots are close to finishing off this football game.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for New England, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.